Well, it's 12 p.m. You know what that means, guys. It's Hail Trace's daily hail forecast here, live in Oklahoma City or Edmond or whatever you want to call it. Lead meteorologist John Troquette. We don't have a lot going on today, so we're going to look ahead at this weekend. The rest of this week, spoiler alert for you guys, it's going to be pretty quiet across the country in terms of hail. We had some storms yesterday, kind of in rural areas, but hey, you know what? We actually had some storms. We had some hail close to 2-inch in diameter. It's just enough to get us a little bit excited for what's to come. We're looking into hopefully this weekend and then even further beyond that. I think things are really going to start getting active once we get a little bit closer to towards the second half of the month. All right, hang on. Let's just jump over here. First things first, we're going to actually talk about. We made a map yesterday. This is on our Facebook here. Last week, for those of you guys who don't know or don't really pay attention to the Northeast at all, there was a pretty potent nor'easter this past Friday. Typically, we don't really map any of these. They're usually just big snowstorms or kind of rainstorms and whatnot. They're back from my neck of the woods, but this one in particular was pretty intense. There were winds up to 90 miles an hour and a little bit stronger than that out on Cape Cod and on Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. And there was lots of serious wind damage, lots of serious trees coming down. You can even see in this picture that we've used, you can see the shingles flipping up. Very strong winds over a pretty wide swath, pretty much from Virginia all the way up through about Maine. So we have that map available for you guys to buy. You can go on our Facebook page. You can click on any of these pictures. It'll take you to the map. You can buy it. Or if you're a subscriber to nationally or to anywhere in the Northeast, you'll be able to view it as well. 3-star map. Big thing is that the color scheme is going to be the same as what we do for our hail. So the yellow, orange, red, and purple. So ignore the fact that this is $250 size hail. Just look at the wind speed ranges. So yellow 60 to 70, orange is 70 to 80, red's 80 to 90, purple's 90 plus. Kind of similar to what we do for our hurricanes. So that's what we're big thing here. Again, we're not really gonna map these too often. Just this one was particularly intense. And for those of you in the Northeast, you got another big snowstorm coming tomorrow. I know back in my hometown, I think they're about to get about a foot, a little more than that, of snow tomorrow. But here across the southern plains, we're not really seeing too much in the way of winter weather. It looks like we're going to be pretty warm and quiet for the majority of this week, and we're going to push forward and we're going to look ahead at this weekend. The website that we normally use to kind of look at the models is not working too good right now. It seems like there's some kind of issue. So we're looking at this same exact thing that we look at normally. This is the Jetstream. It's just a different website, different color scheme and everything. You can see pretty clearly, you can see Texas in here and Oklahoma and whatnot. So we're going to move forward. We're going to look ahead at this weekend. Obviously, the remainder of this week is going to be really quiet. Moving forward to up to Saturday. Now, this event is a little different. Typically you guys we see something in terms of a trough kicking in from the west, and this right here. Let me see what the hour is at. Yeah. So hang on. Sorry, this one's a little more sensitive, guys. So I'm not used to it. So like this right in here is what we're looking at. All the yellows in here. Notice how it is going from about northwest to northwest to southeast, kind of like this. But if you look right here in Kansas, this little area right in here, that's actually a surface low that is going to give quite a bit of energy. So for northeastern Texas into Arkansas into Louisiana, it looks like we're going to see the potential for potentially a fairly significant severe weather event. This model that we're looking at, the GFS, the American model, as better known in vernacular terms, this is the one that's the most aggressive. We're not quite close enough to start looking at our other more high resolution models, but they're all of them, the European model as well and Canadian model, they're all showing some sort of severe weather on Saturday. The American model is the most aggressive, and it's the one I use the most on these videos, so we're going to kind of look into it a little deeper. So since this doesn't look as impressive and it's easy to notice, I'm going to actually move forward. I'm going to show you guys the dew points to see how much moisture is going to be in the air. If you guys watched Derek's live video a little bit earlier, he was talking about he's down in Texas today, and he was talking about how the green up is happening, and that's helping increase the dew points. We haven't had a real issue with moisture return yet this year either, so I think the two of those combined, we're going to have a pretty good moisture return. And you see the color scheme is the same as the other website we use. You can see, let me just stop right there. This is about mid-afternoon on Saturday, and you can very easily see a dry line extending pretty much from like the right around the Red River region down through Texas. So it looks like right along where Dallas is. Storms are probably fired just east of Dallas on this event on Saturday, and all the way possibly up to like the Fort Smith, Arkansas area, and everywhere in here you got to see all the darker blues. I know it's a little small, but all the darker blues and everything. This is where we're going to probably see some severe weather, some great moisture return. This is, especially down here in central Texas, this is like close to 70-degree dew points. This is fantastic for March. So moisture is not going to be a problem with this. We're going to even look at, this is called the supercell composite. So basically this is taking all of the various factors that we look at for seeing severe weather, the rotation in the atmosphere, which is shear, the amount of potential energy, the CAPE, all these things put together, and to just kind of pop out what are the chances of a big chances of supercells. And that's what we want to see with hail. We don't want to see lines of storms. We want to see individual little storms that go and make big hail. We move forward on here to Saturday, and this is where things really pop. You can tell, you see all the oranges right in there. So this is right at about 6 o'clock on Saturday. You see right this bullseye here, it's southeastern Oklahoma into central and southern Arkansas, places like Little Rock and down at Texarkana, eastern Texas, so places like Tyler, Texas, Longview, places like Shreveport, even further south towards Lufkin, I think probably just north of the Houston area. This is all showing a pretty strong supercell composite, so we're watching this for Saturday. I think there is a chance for storms. We're going to get a little bit closer tomorrow. Some of the higher resolution models will be available for us to see, so we can get a better idea of what we're expecting. I'm hoping that when the European model comes out a little bit later this afternoon, we can also get a better look, see if they start to agree with what the American model has. The more computer model agreement we have, the more confidence we have for forecasting hail, and this would also be tornadoes as well. And so that's what we're looking at for Saturday. That's our next real threat. Today, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, nothing. And then Friday, probably nothing as well. So it's going to be quiet for the rest of this week while we have a big snowstorm up in the northeast. And then once we get to Saturday, we see some storms. And I think once we move past Saturday, there might be a chance, a little bit of stuff maybe on Sunday as well. And then we can even look further ahead at something that I've been paying attention to for almost a month now. This is going into the weekend of St. Patrick's Day. Let's move forward here. Get past this weekend, and you see, yeah, we see this coming into California, right in, whoop, a little too far, right into here. This is going on to our St. Patrick's Day forecast. Yeah, keep an eye on that. It's been pretty consistent in the models. This would probably be some sort of outbreak that would happen, assuming this stays consistent. All the models have really stayed consistent on that start of the second half of March. We'd be kicking off a lot more activity, and I think everything has been pointing towards that weekend of St. Patrick's Day. So right at that mid-month point. So we're watching that as well. Again, this is far out in what we call in the meteorological world fantasy land, where things change wildly, but this is more just looking at consistency, and the consistency is something's going to happen between like the 14th and the 20th. So, and then we move even beyond that, and whoops, oh geez, I didn't mean to do that. And then you look beyond that, and you see the pattern gets way more progressive and a little more ridiculous. So the more activity is going on in the jet stream, the better chance we have for severe weather. Let's see how. Alrighty. Let's see here. Will that flow in the southwest? Missouri, hard to see the state lines. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Southwest Missouri, I think you guys might be too far to the north for the potential on Saturday. We'll probably have, I might throw up a graphic tomorrow just to show our area of concern, because I know it is hard to see on this map. I like using the other website, but unfortunately, again, that other website has not really have any updates, and it's kind of hard. You got to kind of just work with what you got. So that is what we're looking at for today. I think I'm pretty much going to start to wrap this up now. If anybody has any other questions, I will answer them now, but otherwise I think I'll just kind of wrap things up. Make sure you check in on watching us on our app. Go click that lightning bolt in the lower right hand corner. brings up the video to see it live. So if you don't happen to have Facebook or something, you can just watch it on there. Click on it to enlarge and put it to landscape mode if you want to watch us at full screen. And make sure you have those notifications set up so you don't miss any of our live forecasts. If we miss any alerts that it's hailing in your area, or there's golf ball size hail or larger falling in an area of 10,000 or more. And of course, if we have any maps available for purchase, select the regions that you wish to be notified for. And of course, methods. Do you want push notifications on your phone, email sent to your email address of preference, or if you want sent to your desktop computer. And again, these are replacing our text messaging system that we've had the past few years. So all the perks that the text messaging system have is now just in the push notifications. So you need to make sure those are set up so you don't miss any important updates. And finally, I know most of you guys watch us on Facebook, and I'm sure a lot of you guys made sure to follow our page here on Facebook and make sure you see those posts first so you pop up right at the top of your newsfeed. Make us a part of your daily routine to see our forecast every single day at 12. And eventually, once we get into storm season, it'll be 12 and 5 o'clock, and obviously continuing coverage whenever any major storms are occurring. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope to see you again tomorrow at 12 o'clock with more updates for the potential for some storms on your Saturday, and do those hail dances, and maybe we can get a decent little system to kick out here on Saturday afternoon. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.